pa for nada. Greetings in good time zone. I hope people are doing well today. And yes, it's me again, Tom. But I hope people are doing well today. Hi FLC, hi Tom, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. What the hell is this? This is an awkward map, Jesus Christ. That's in Lakeland, so let's just go to Fort Job. I'm always awake against my will. Where in the hell is this? I have no idea. It's out in the open somewhere. It's just this that I'm looking for. If I... This is probably the hardest map that I've ever gotten. Just to figure out where it is. Huh. I have no idea. Oh. Maybe here. Oh, what? Where am I on the map? I have everything turned off. For me, my Zephyr. Scream. Nope. Didn't get the thing that I wanted. Whatever. Okay, let's go back to Mordona. Other Mordona and carry on with the MSQ. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this today, and then I can play more backpack battles. I won't be doing a late stream tonight either. I may do one tomorrow. I don't know. I enjoyed it last night, just to do something different. You either. When are you gonna start? Good news, Zera. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back here even as we speak. April the 8th. Ooh. Okay. I look forward to it. What day is that? Ooh, a Monday. It's a date of significance. Okay. Fair enough. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? Nod, cutscene? Cutscene. Please be voice acted. Oh, not really this music usually. Son of a bitch. Ah, a welcoming party. You needn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alice, Graha and Zera. What did I do? But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. I'd say it's more Alice and Graha than me. Other than the fighting. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Rauban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed, it was just as Lee said, worse in fact, devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the Third, however, were notable in their by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it? Into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchange between them. No one overseeing construction, No one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed. Or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Van Daniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Nod. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Rauban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be wary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter. As I promised Kryl, we need not all attend. Nod. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we have to speak with Urianger before the meeting. Nod. To the Alamigan Quarter. Let's go. Girabania. Boop. Boop. Nimbus. Please be voice acted, please be voice acted, please be voice acted. Damn it! My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As we are to see you safely return from your mission, Urianger, I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Nod. Well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Oh, is this the guy with the scar on his face? Yay! Or the war paint, probably. Arenvald, that's it. Whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I am sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elysian are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great auroch such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Munbreeder towered over me nonetheless. Aww. I miss Munbreeder. Arenfeld brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing. Nod. So, what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? Eh? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? Why is Graha always power stancing? Every single time. If Fordola is going with them, that must mean... My apologies. As Arenveld rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Nod. Oh, come on, you better be voice acted with all of these people here.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Not really full knowledge, though.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
Tom.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Hey, Fardola.
What?
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Nod. I hope this means $4 is actually on our side. Oh, okay. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fudola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
I'm glad Fordol has decided to help out.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Better survive.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alfino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
You're gonna die, aren't you? You just had this moment to rile us up when it happens. I hope you don't die,
He does not
though.
want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Ah, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. Ah, I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
Hi, Tataru.
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
Of course you did.
But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Also, yes, you know what makes a video game great? Attending fucking meetings? Yes, Tom. However, I would rather attend a meeting for the fate of the world than rather what a manager thinks is the fate of the world. Here be dragons! So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there is no time to lose. Just point me at what needs to be unalived. Exactly. But I would like to know the lay of the land. Ishgard is that one. Foundation. Where in Ishgard am I going? Oh. Hi, Alphino. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Zarek delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well, let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. Nod, nod. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return. Nod. It's Estinian. We honestly should be looking up for any random tower he might be Batmaning on. Hi, Lucia. I'm going to stand on the table again. Good morrow to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Aymeric sent word that you would be attending the meeting at Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him? To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Blah 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 blah. I see. No, we were not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases, yes. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Aymeric, only to find him absent? In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. To the airship landing. Woo. Well, Alphino's probably found him then. Please be voice acted.
No sign of him.
Yay!
Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Oh yeah, you could.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
He tells no one.
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Wait,
too long.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. Suits you, Alphino.
Oh, you're a dead man. Oh, you're even more dead. She's gonna kill you twice.
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side.
The music is perfect for this at the moment.
To think the day would come
his ears.
when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
His ears, eyes and tail.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
I can't. Sorry.
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long.
Yeah, he's gonna die soon. Alice is gonna stab him in the back. Oh, now it's gonna switch to not voice acting.
No,
Maybe.
no, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
He says wearing this outfit.
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
That's kind of an insult to Alice. I think he'd learned how to talk with people rather than at them.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
I mean, yeah.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
And she will.
Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
It's only because he insulted you at the
I
first.
will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt?
Welcome to Estinian. Oh, it takes us here. I love it when they just do that and zone us into the place. Now we get no voice acting. It has been quite some time since last I set foot on Azizlar, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit, no? Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Zera is the person to ask. As far as I know, she's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Let's just say it helped that Midgard Summer was there to introduce me. Ah, yes. You were a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. Did you try and kill? After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harboured thoughts of vengeance and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her, even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Nod nod. Give me the money! Righteous indignation. Yay. Tiamat awaits. This way. I'm flying there on a chicken. Looks so cool. Still.
Edgin Elfin Wafesk Les Non In.
My sire's mortal companion, what bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Okay, blah 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 blah. Nod. Blah 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 blah. Ah, that my sins should be repeated. I sensed not the faintest stirring.
Olan kinwaha. Listran mira.
As to who could have called him forth, I know none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children.
Esk I an esh I kin in. Esk near lei I an esh in.
The Icon claimed their souls when he manifested, and robbed of their will they became tools for the Algans' dark designs.
Much like those held here in Asisla. If dragons who worship Bahamut are required to summon him, that must mean...
Dun, dun, dun.
Es Tahidra Mera Ashan Shish.
Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation.
Ashan I die by now.
Cursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness.
Ten Eshan Est in Esk I an kin antun U Esk I Ines Tu in Aistona.
Again you would profane the memory of my beloved, and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you will not stoop?
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
He's sounding a little bit like Gerard Butler in 300 right now. Just his voice and the
Snosk anta in Dramon.
What wouldst thou have from me, slayer of dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm.
This is Sparta!
We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Santalan infan antosk. Kous lent on.
Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice.
Ale u esk an in. Ale kum ak in.
That was a very short sentence that they spoke to mean all this. Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon by my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Es Snoska Dramon King, Nestra in, Iles I, Nesh Al, and Ala.
Indeed, ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay the price.
Unmik, Nalstra Ul An, Antal An, Smon, Tahi An.
But it is of little matter, for even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance.
Yeah.
If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Usk she's in.
Speakest thou in earnest? Nod.
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Sahaan, Seth Som, Kin Bahamut, and
A chance to make amends? To lay Bahamut's memory to rest?
An Sumon, Na An Ingles, Snaloles Dish An, Na Ala An Ul An Sin An, Stan In.
When our own star faced annihilation, Heidelin granted us sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction? This I cannot allow, for the debt I owe to Heidelin and to all who have suffered for my sins. I shall fight with you, children of man. Hell yeah, we got a dragon! Aww. Maybe a dragon slayer, but he's coming around to things. Damn it, there's another cutscene. There's an ad break coming up. While Porxes have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Nod. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Alligans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. Nod. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. Yeah! I know Alphino and Zera here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step towards an ad break. I'm gonna go and refill my drink because I forgot to when I started stream. Be right back. Also, wait, this scene. Boop. Hi Sheepy, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. A little bit tired, but that's because I streamed last night. But I just wanted to play Backpack Battles last night. And I thought I might as well stream it, why not? Okay. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step towards a brighter future. And now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. No, he's by far the oldest one of the group. Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. Ah, you've met her. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the Flagship. Ah, yes, we are familiar with it. The Aetherochemical Research Facility in particular. Nod. Oh, you may wish to take this, a spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. But I hope you're doing well, Sheepy. Sheepy. which you just so happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Urianger and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you. You may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try at least. Agreed. We will take good care of it. Nod. To the flagship, then. Nod. To the flagship. This way. Bye, Tiamat. The flagship should be over. Yeah. There they are. Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Nod. Let's fly. Would give me the biggest model. Oh. Obstreperous node. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advise deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. I'm gonna have to fight. Ow. Oh, there's the other one. Good. Clamorous node. Bleep bloop. Warning. Scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in T-minus 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Or was that minus, so it needed to be done 2,000 years ago? Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. Bzzz. Just for the hell of it, I want to see how weak these are in comparison now. Yeah, figured. 20 levels 22 levels different. I'm afraid Astidian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? A node which smelled like burned hair. Yes, a chirping node which spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraints. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well, let us take a closer look. Nod. Lip, do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? Nod. Blip bloop. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps? Nod. Cutscene. Blip. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Bloop. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Me. Bloop. Welcome, Zera Brit. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Bloop bloop. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. A system update? What do you suppose it is asking of us? Just smash it to pieces. I could hazard a guess. Well, that is more than I can say. Confounded bloody thing. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. Bloop. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So, can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it has received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. He's gonna activate this all the time. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. Bloop, I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. Nod. Windows is now updating. For vengeance. Loop. Guiding user to terminal. This way, please. You know, I never noticed this before. That is rather cool. Did I just miss them? Oh, they are down below. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Bleep bloop. Warning, errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update, 5 years, 1 day. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead? Bloop. The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Sure. Don't bother trying to explain, just tell me if we've made any progress. Nod. I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via Link Pearl once I am ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Grahatia once this is over. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there is something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Allagan Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ascians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ascians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Fandaniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? I think he's way too far gone. What am I eating today, Mr. UK? I had chicken bites and chips and beans because it was easy. But hi Puncher, how are you today? I hope you're well. I think he'd respond to this, certainly after I've wiped the smile off his face. I'd rather put my lance through his heart and be done with it. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be but the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship, only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So, save your mercy for those who deserve it. Nod. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphino has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Bearing in mind, you were taken over by Nidhogg. What if we'd have killed you? Legitimately, would you have been happy? Are we still in the same place? More or less. Great. Yeah, but we've learned that actually staying dead for some people is very difficult. These are a lie. They have no collision. Antithesis. Or antithesis. Hi, Angelo. Estinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alfino's absence that he's needed elsewhere? Nod. Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to Nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Nod. Our readings confirmed that her ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning, I'll need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavour will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference? Nod. Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk, it's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alfino to disengage the restraints as ethereal dampers. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Mr. Pig! Ah, such warmth! The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alag? Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Zera, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. The echo might just help me with that anyway. Tell me of Bahamut and the Ascians. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mericidia could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not meant to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation, I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alag first came unto Mericidia, unto our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would become to be known as Mericidia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees, surrounded by nature's bounty. Bahamut and I had found a place to raise our young. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Sharlayan scholar Rurusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the Second Astral Era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Nod. Again, Angelo. Lanamalja. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, the ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end. For the men of Alag slew my beloved, and I in my rage and sorrow heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest only too well. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Thank you for the lurk, Tom. I appreciate it. Work thing, so a meeting then. Good luck in the meeting. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear when this is over... Keep going, Alice. The magic is working. Well, I knew this wasn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I can feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of ether left to give, with yours and Graha's, this will work. Then I believe I speak for the both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. All right, here I go. Ba, 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 ba. It's like,
Ugh, no! I'm almost there!
come on. Get going.
This is it, Angelo!
That's one hell of a pig.
Es lies an. Mich es die.
Yes, I feel it. The icon's grip groweth weak.
Did it work?
Don't know.
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Push the button, Alphino.
Task in Santal Ankin in way.
Answer me this, children of man. Can my kindred be saved in like manner?
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Ankin.
My children.
Slosk an ol fol kail an. Slosk seth som in an.
Should you hearken to my call, we shall fly together once more. But should you not, I shall grant you peace.
Afaten. Mon old. One ein. Lis a an. Do old an.
Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too would wish this, I know, and I shall do as I must. It's really heartbreaking just how much of it the Asians' influence has just wrecked everything for people, on different peoples.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
She's in an me.
Thou hast my gratitude, little one. Pigu. No one else.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Punch it, Chewie.
Bahamut an
That's not a good line to hear first. The Stinian might stab you immediately. Bahamut, my beloved.
Ul jas. Ul asa. Fesk an.
For vengeance and atonement I rise.
By the gods!
Yeah, this is probably the first time she's actually seen a full-on dragon like this. Because she was never there with this in Ishgard with all of us.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan. He flies for the largest Amalja settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Pagalthan just sounds like it belongs with Cthulhu and that mythos.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way.
Are you riding on the dragon?
Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Estinian just loves riding in style. He was a dragon slayer. Now he's riding the damn things every chance he gets. And I do not blame him. I would do the same if I was offered the opportunity. While I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinian and Tiamat in battle, 'twould be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. Give him the money. Because I don't have the space to take all the food. The Flames of War is the second to last quest in 5.5. I might be able to complete this in this stream. I have already sent word to the others. We are to rendezvous in Uldar at the Hall of Flames. Let us collect Alphino and be on our way. Nod. Nod. Look at us just making all the dragon friends. Except for Nidhogg. Oh! Awesome! You teleported us here, thank you. I so appreciate that. Also saves Gil. Now, I know some of you could do with a rest, but I'm sorry to say that Telophoroi have other plans. Pagalthan is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Flames arrived just in time to join the defensive effort, with Marshal Terrapin at their head. Well now, given the failure of the peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. 'Tis good to hear that Uldar has not abandoned the Amaljar. Abandon them? Did we not profess to be their friends? Oh, god damn. Your Grace. Marshal Terrapin had made provisions for such an exigency and was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the Syndicate, each of whom voted in favour of the intervention. Nor is Uldar alone in its resolve. The other Alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Pagalthan. Yet even with our combined strength we shall be sorely tested, for we face not only the might of an Imperial Legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured, but not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Lunar Bahamut, None of the Amal Jar show any signs of tempering. Strange. What primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so. Primals are not wont to serve a master, Ascian or otherwise. It may well be that Luna Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Zera and others like her wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Luna Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe, with whom our soldiers will struggle to best through mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better, assuming, that is, you are ready to take the field. An airship awaits to bear you to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able. Nod. I, meanwhile, shall continue to coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibilities. Nod. Well, I for one am inclined to do as her grace requests. Lest we forget, Arenveld and Fordola are in Pagelthan on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed. To the airship then. Nod, 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 nod. I think I did the right amount of nods. Okay. Airship landing. Where are you in Ulda? I very rarely go to Uldar. Where is the airship landing? Is it like... I'm completely lost in this place. Can't even see the wait a minute. Map. I know it's the lift, but where do I get to the lift? Oh, is it here? Merchant. Oh, wait a minute. I saw it. Airship landing. Yeah, I very rarely come to Uldar. It's like I have no reason to. But at least I can read the map, unlike some people. Sorry, Twiggy. Oh. That's not what I need. Hello, Immortal Flames pilot. Damn. You fancy. Greetings, we've been expecting you. But say the word and we shall depart for Pagelthan at once. Word. It's a regular duty. Do I have all the NPCs? Yes, I do. All aboard who's coming aboard. Oh, all aboard who are coming aboard. Okay, NPCs.
Our fates are
Victory will
not
be
yet
ours.
sealed.
Wait.
I stand ever ready.
Graha can heal. And I always like taking your Stola. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this. Yes, I'm on a North American data center, besides being in Europe myself. And welcome in, Roku. Happy to have you here. Asian vermin, you shall torment my children no longer. Okay. I basically I originally played on EU, and then a friend played on North America, so I played over here. Oh, I need to dance partner Yashto. Okay, there we go. Those were very loud. It makes me feel like those were dialogue volume, not actual attack volume. Ah! Thancred! Tank for me! Ooh! So yeah, I originally played 1.0, which was terrible. And then didn't touch the game for years. Then restarted. On an EU server, which I forget. Oh, that's a big old dragon. And then I played on this server. So sometimes I die to like the AoEs because of latency, which can be a bit of a pain. I started as an archer and went into bard. Then I switched to machinist. And now I'm a dancer. I just like my ranged DPS. I want to do some of the mage stuff, but probably DPS, even though I know healers skip a lot of queues. But I've been enjoying Dancer. I like the fact that I can buff someone else as my dance partner. Dun, 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 dun. Kobolds, help's here.
Prepare yourself!
I would, but you're the tank, so please can you prepare yourself? Like my original EU character is still there, I just haven't touched it. I made a Lalafell originally because I was a Taru Taru in Final Fantasy XI for years and years and years. Yeah, I bet the latency improvements are kinda nice. There's times where I definitely feel it. Usually in trials and it gets me killed. It's not a lot of latency, but it's just enough.
Just the beginning.
This is going to leave a mark.
Yeah, love getting killed by those. They're so great when it happens. Oh, kobolds are great. Ooh, that is awesome, son. And that's a boss. Oh yeah, I like that. That is such a cool view. And I have a thing for like lens flares, but mostly god rays in games. Sometimes it can get obnoxious though. Amhuluk. And now we get the awesome music. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
I will not hold back.
Ow. I love figuring out the game the boss fight mechanics in this game. Although, as we found out yesterday, sometimes the NPCs don't do a damn thing.
This is going to leave a mark.
Keep your guard up.
Oh, I managed to get a stack of vulnerability at least. That could have sucked. I have 3 stacks of vulnerability. Ah, that could suck. I need to start using my dash more. I don't really do it all that often, but for things like that template, it's pretty useful.
This is going to leave a mark.
You need my loot. Ooh, that's a big treasure coffer. You hold 1 single materia. Disappointing.
What took you so long?
Justinian.
The Amalja are in trouble. Let's split up.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. There is an ad break coming up as well, so I think I can maybe finish this expansion today, which would be great. So I'd rather do that than start tomorrow, only to probably switch game immediately. I'm just gonna continue fighting the riffraff while the ad's playing. I love seeing Tiamat just decimate everything off screen. Well, not off screen. But not on the same path as me.
Away with you!
Oh, no, you don't.
Thank you, Astinian. Oh, they're just gonna get annihilated. Yes, they are. I love just the story element of things like that. Because it's like, yes, for once we have a dragon on our side properly. And they're not afraid to come and beat the shit out of everything else. Yeah, there's a perfect example of me getting hit by potentially the latency. Oh, these poor dragons. Give me the loot. Oh, casting. Another boss. They've got to get destroyed, right? This doesn't seem like a boss fight.
Prepare yourself!
Well, I guess it is. Oh. This is the boss. Or is anything going to come from the other side? Ooh, move, people. Oh, that's mean. Then you didn't move.
Keep your guard up!
Oh.
Stubborn.
Yeah, I just love all the different mechanics they put into a game, into a boss fight. Whee! Ow. Okay, big fella. Oh, that's mean. They would go that way. Oh no!
This is going to leave a mark!
I'm alive! Everything's fine!
Allow me!
Hey guys, we might want to move.
This is going to leave a mark!
Can we go now? Can we go back? Can we go back? Can we go back? Whee! Another casting item, yay! Arrive at Sunseat. I can see why it's got its name. Oh, that's so pretty. You ruined the view. Uh-oh.
Full on Kin'an. Way Wesh On in on Kin.
Cool. Oh! Okay. Oh, give me my materia that I won't use. Too far away. I was like, come on. I love that they are showing us the battlefield. Drifting encampment. They're just going around in a circle. Just drifting, drifting, always drifting. Oh, good. Bahamut takes the field. Hey, Thancred, you mind letting them not kill me? That'd be great. Some sound effects do seem rather loud, though. Ooh. One of them is going to hit me. Oh, maybe not. Teletherium, Lunar Bahamut. Keep it on the ground where I can hit it. Always just reminds me of the meme to do with Warhammer 40k. Driver, get me closer so I may hit it with my sword. Oop. This has gotta have some weird mechanics to it. I can't see it not having. Or, you know, just hurt me. It's a lunar nails. Oh yeah, they're gonna explode.
I will
Do
not
the
hold back.
usual and follow the NPCs. Unless they glitch like yesterday. Mega Flare, great. Ow. Oh, that's on me. Oh, I see.
Allow me.
I see. I thought it was just going to follow me, not just place it on the ground. I always get hit by at least one of... Oh, God, do I have to take the dragon ride back as well? Not really a shortcut. Imagine if you only had this many tries.
I will not hold back! I will not hold back!
Keep your guard up! Stubborn!
Oh, okay.
Allow me.
Giga Flag, great.
Just the beginning.
Oh, it's in the middle this time.
I will not hold back!
I don't want you to hold back. I want you to nuke the fucker down.
This is going to leave a mark! This is going to leave a mark!
Yay! Hashtag purple gang. Ba ba da. Dun 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 ba da ba da ba da da do 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 do. Hey guys, you know you could have joined us in the fight and sped that up, but no. Maiming, another piece of item I won't use.
Kin so ash an esk snodo in aisto.
Children of man, the shade of my beloved is no more, and I shall be forever in your debt.
Antal an in aisto. Antal afa snalask en I ash an dran mira
By your deeds are we set free, and free we shall remain as long as I draw breath. Never again shall the dragons of Mericidia hearken to the lies of the Ascians. This I vow. Nod. Dragon nod.
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well.
Amalja? Yep.
Long have our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
We would be proud to call you our allies. I never want to forget past. Past is there to remind us.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury. I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause. Till we meet again.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
There's still the Asians. Or Asian. All we've stopped is Lunar Bahamut. Sometime earlier, inside the Pagalthan Tower. Oh, Fordola and Ironvault. Why is that flesh? Oh, good God.
What in Ralga's name happened here?
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
Get back!
No! What have I done?
It's too late for them! We're leaving, now!
Well, this ain't good. That's an Ifrit.
No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together!
Die! God damn it! While it would be too much to hope that we have seen the last of Fandaniel, we have dealt his schemes a telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will, when we have received word of Orenvold's safe return. Yeah, safe. Okay, Pagalthan, yeah. And trusts. When the dust settles. This is the last of 5.5. 5.5. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave scions. Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery. Your Grace, whatever is the matter? As our troops withdrew from Pagalthan, they came upon the 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend I believe, had been wounded and was being dragged away by the other. Oh no. I must go. Forgive me, Your Grace. Can you tell us aught of Arenveld's expedition, Your Grace? The Wounded Scout. Not save that it is grave. The chirurgeons tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Zera Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Pagalthan. Aren't you going to ask about where Fordola is to get information? Come on then. Nod. Where are we going? Like, it won't be on here. Oh, it will be on here. Never mind me. Hey, Estinian, chilling out there, dude? Brooding. Well, there's Fordola. Another one come to see the lad in silver armour. Master Damiel Elliot is attending to him as we speak. If you would be so kind as to wait. What did Master Damiel Elliot say? Tell me his exact words. Let the chirurgeons do their work. But you're right, forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arenvald, I was afraid that something like this might happen. But now that it has, all we can do is wait.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life.
She probably owes him her life.
I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most.
If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Please be more voice acting. God. Oh, damn it. I'm eating here. I know. There is nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the fragrant chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. Nod between two very silent characters most of the time. Oh, with all these, please be voice acted. Come on.
Your Grace.
Thank you.
Pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You need only tell me where they are, Your Grace.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Right then, unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. Nod. Hi Bilbo, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. And that includes you, Alphino. Arenvold is in good hands here. Of course, he would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength in readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement, then I shall let Kryle know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. It will be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him, and thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kryle, in particular, has a few matters she's keen to discuss. One of which concerns you, Estinian, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said you were avoiding that Baldessian woman. If I refused, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? To the rising stones. Actually, doop. Other Modona, go! Every time this goddamn music.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time.
You're buying 2 houses today. 1 medium, 1 small. Medium is for FC. Nice. I only have an apartment. I'd love to get a house, but... I'd probably
Thanks
forget
to
about
Arenvold's
it.
selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
"'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery."
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing, a topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
When did she? I'm going to say that day in the Crystarium.
When Elidibus sought to make warriors of light. That was the voice which calls constantly, to all who might hear it. I spoke of direct communication, when Hydaelyn communed solely with you. A far rarer occurrence.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Krile, I made inquiries of my own, and as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
No. You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly. As you have shown me, some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Good luck, Kryl. You're probably gonna need it. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace... he's trying out every single weapon.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
Probably not.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
I forgot to snooze the ad.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
I already know what the weapon is, because I've seen the trailer for Endwalker. And honestly, it's a badass choice of a weapon. I'm going to quickly go take a pee while this ad break's playing, which unfortunately happened in the cutscene. I will be right back. Boop. Okay. Hi to Taru! Hello. Well, it looks like I'm going to have a busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, than you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future, but for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you, it's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb like poor Arenvold too soon. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles now, would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Hey, that was the last quest in 5.5. Now we're on 5.55. Can I do it in like an hour? Ah, Zera, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest? Yes, 3 seconds of it. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryl, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place. But the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Balder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the Beast Tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Uldar's progress with the Amaljar, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. Nod. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Tel'Faroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Nod. Transition. It's Xenos! Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Tel'Faroi, in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke, an ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face. I just need to do something real quick. Okay. Indeed, my lady, and for their part, I am told the beast tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. To nod to both. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honoured to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Did I just get an invite? Randomly again. Well, now that we accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. Nod nod. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavour, don't you, Zera? Nod. All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Aymeric will be there and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well, then. While those with a mind to hold the fort go on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? And he's like, nope, not going. Again, this bastard. Don't care, I don't want an invite. Stop it. It's rude, it's annoying. Might be easy to go here, here. Boop. We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Yes, I have no choice. Oh, the sylphs. Oh, everybody's coming. Nice.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay! Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners?
Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little tricky without gills, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal, the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
Yes, Tom.
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
Aww.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
I would call it one moment, please. I'd call it the Grand Company of Eorzea.
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Gonna be voice acting? Nope. Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made, and the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Many and more. Elder Seedseer, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbours, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes? Nod. Just so. It is our hope that we may make use of the Sylphs' established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and the Grand Company, If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded in the selfsame goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves, which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught, built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals. The Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests, and I have no wish to see this new endeavour suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you? Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt but that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telopheroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? Not. The second option is amazing. I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes? As if you have to ask. I am your assistant, remember? Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. I'm not finishing this today, unfortunately. Which means tomorrow will probably be a very short Final Fantasy XIV stream, and then changing to backpack battles, because I do not have a problem. Nope. So, what's the plan, brother of mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Not long after the fateful day in Uldar, I penned a detailed account of the organisation's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organisation. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why? Final Fantasy faster. Yes. The thing is, I think I've got a duty to do during like the very last quest of this line, and it's going to take a lot longer than I have available, and we're not even on that quest yet. After the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company together, and that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested? Nod. That is my hope, yes, but the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Grahar and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however certain of my former comrades are, of questionable character. So keep your wits about you and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. Nod. If you have no objections, I have a mind to begin by speaking with Riol and Alian. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Oriens. Let us seek them out there. Nod. There you are. Hey, Riol and Alian. Well, look who it is, and what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. Blah 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 blah. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. Nod. As Riol will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for my own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time has gone on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes, from Horibolda to Mistress Tataru. We've all got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain. Because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting. Which is what being a Scion's all about. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me. Zera, could you... nod? Give us your thoughts on the Crystal Braves. Well, its founding ideals was something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilbert, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only take one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory. All the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Yeah, Tataru is the Grand Master of all things. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Nod, nod. Complete. On official business. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough time. At all. I'll accept it though. Don't know why I look at the food. I can make most of it. It's not all of it. Well, I think we have taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I'm conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. You just thought of the most evil thing imaginable? I posted it in Discord on Tug's server. In the tabletop RPGs. And it's not the mimic, it's the gold coins. It's the most evil thing I can imagine. For people that like loot, so obviously not me. But I think I might just end the stream slightly early. Because I have 2 quests left in this quest line. And then Endwalker starts. Which means tomorrow I'm going to play this for about an hour or so. And then switch to backpack battles. I mean, people would probably be like, it makes sense. And we lose because we're not going to fight Tataru. But Tataru's awesome. If they ever kill her off, I think we would burn the world. The Asians would be like, damn, you needed to hold back. Yes, pure evil. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it right now. And we're going to go and raid Blue and Queenie. Why not? We're playing Nightingale. So survival crafting with an ADHD person always goes well. Although I think they're just talking at the start of the stream first. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your faces. I will be back tomorrow with more of this and then probably switching to backpack battles. Because I'm definitely not addicted. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Bye!